was closed at that time. And it would have brought more jobs to the city also, as far as the city jail was concerned.
Okay. Economic development, we say jobs. What does that mean to you? What industries do you think will boost our economy here in Flint? We're so dependent on the auto industry. What industries do you think would be obtainable for us to bring here in order to get the ball rolling with the economy here?
Well, I can say, and Mr. Mayor has done a good job by bringing the few businesses that he has brought. And now that's one thing he is trying. I'll give him that. But until then, I think we need to reach out to the other cities and businesses and say, hey, if you need workers, like working with Career Alliance, they have career developers there that will find a job for these people. But the problem is transportation. Now, I think that we ought to offer transportation somehow. Either work with MTA to get them to say, we'll provide a special bus that goes, transports back and forth, and the county and the city come together and fund it. Or, however, I think we need to provide transportation. This will drop the unemployment rate in the city of Flint. Also, I think in the district, I think we could use a manpower or a day labor service inside the district that would, the people that are on the streets saying, hey, can I get a quarter or a dime? They have a place to go and work for that day. I don't care if it's cleaning up the street, cutting grass, boarding up houses, but they would get paid at the end of the day, and that would help them out. It would get them off the streets.
Okay. Very, very hot topic. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
If there be time to expose through discussion the falsehoods and the fallacies, the remedy to be applied is more speech, not enforced silence.
Public, educational, and governmental access television is such a remedy, providing every community with a forum for free expression. PEG Access empowers every voice to be heard. It's the freedom to communicate, and it's only on cable.
Only on public access.
The dream of home ownership, it's something we all want. And for many, that dream is threatened. It's time we offered solutions. So if you're worried about your mortgage and you fear that you may lose your home, please visit michigan.gov/MSHDA, M-S-H-D-A. That's michigan.gov/MSHDA for safe, secure refinancing and mortgage loan options that can help you save the dream of home ownership.
And welcome back to Meet the Candidates. Again, I'm your host, Kesha Hoey. We were sitting here discussing politics with David Davenport. He's running for 2nd District County Commissioner.
Right.
That is correct. Before we left, we talked about economic development. You elaborated on no jobs, and you're an advocate of education. What are you going to do when you're elected to office for the educational aspect? Dropout rates are high, enrollment's down within the city of Flint. What can you do as a county commissioner to help that?
Well, I'm still going to do what I vowed to do in the past, and it's give incentives to the youth for good grades. I feel like 3.0 or better, you deserve something. I mean, if it's nothing but a free skating pass or movie passes or something. I'm going to look into the county funds and see if I can find something. If not, I'm going to try to get grants wrote to something to that area. I also would like to do, as far as education is concerned, if your child graduates from high school, all right, I would like to look into us paying for their driver's license. That way, it's a reward, it's an incentive to have them to push forward, and it's a relief off of your pocketbook also.
Right, everybody's looking for that.
So there are different ideas and ways that we can work with the youth to get them to graduate. We just got to have the right mindset and be open to new and different changes.
On your campaign platform, you talk about collaborating with other groups if you're elected to this office. Can you explain that a little?
Well, I met a pastor by the name of Pastor Ross, and he works with Flint Outreach, okay? And his goal, and I think it's a great vision, so his endeavor would be to take some of the schools that we have that are sitting there doing nothing, which they're already renting out a space at Longfellow and also McKinley. And what they would like to do, if they had the funds, okay, would be to open up a summer youth center for the children where they could go in, they could learn music, art, different educational stuff that that the kids need to learn instead of sitting at the house. So this is something that I talked to him about, and I will be looking forward to working with him as far as that's concerned. Also, today I listened to Don Williamson at the Block Club meeting, and he discussed that they were trying to work with the Boys and Girls Club, and they were going to try to get one over on the north side over there. So I'm hoping we can come together and work and get that started where our youth can get out of these streets. Because I sit back and I look, and I want all of us to think back to where would we be if our forefathers had not put anyone in the office that cared about our recreation as a child. Back then, the parents were doing the same thing they're doing today. It's just we had an outlet. We could go to the center. We could go swimming. We could just go eat. Nowadays, the parents are in the streets and their children are in the streets with them. So my thing is that your children depend on you when you go to the polls to put people in office that care about them and their recreation also.
Well, another hot topic, what everybody's concerned about when they're voting, is crime within the city. As a county commissioner, what do you think you can do in order to help that?
Well, jobs will take away a little bit of the crime, okay? But when I was talking in my mayor's race, in my interviews, I was explaining to people about video cameras that need to go on these major streets, okay? We have one somewhere down off of Carpenter Road, I believe, and you haven't heard a crime the first happen since the mayor and the police chief have put one up there. We need these boxes, if that's all it is. We need these boxes / video cams, if there's one in there, sitting out where people can see that you're going to be recorded. If you do something in that vicinity, then you will be recorded and it will be seen. And I say major roads because 9 times out of 10, you have to come across one of those major roads to get away